So this short video is about exploring selfies and a year that I spent looking at selfie image sets for research. A selfie is a digital self-portrait, but it's more than that. As I've looked at thousands and thousands of such images, I realize that they're aspirational. It's how people, what people aspire to, how they see their idealized selves. At the same time, it's also representational about who they are in the current space. Digital self-portraits can be revelatory at the same time as they're self-concealing. In the social media space, they are emulative, mimetic, contagious, and viral because people like to follow those that they admire. Digital self-portraits are artful, boastful, crude, reckless, exaggerated, and I could add 100 other adjectives to that list. A digital self-portrait is understood as created in various frameworks about the individual person, about the social group of people, and about the cultural framework, the larger social context. Digital self-portraiture is also understood in time as slices in time or one-offs or as continuous time using both stills and videography. And selfie sharing is highly competitive. We live in an attention economy where the gaze has value, so selfies are highly monetizable, particularly within various celebrity cultures. So by the numbers, 24 billion selfies were uploaded to Google Photos in 2015. In a millennial's lifetime, he or she is expected to have taken 24,000 selfies. There are competitions around selfies, with one competitive school team taking 134 selfies in 3 minutes and holding the world record for a time. There are competitive documented acts of daring do here, such as bouldering, where people scale tall buildings in cities and take images of themselves at the tops. And of course, given such actions and other risky ones, selfie deaths worldwide outpace those of shark attacks. If you do a search for selfies on Google search, you can find 40,600,000 results in less than or a little bit over half a second. But with all these huge petabytes of images of people's selfies, not a lot of research has been done in this area. So what are some things to look at? Let's first take a quick look at an open source sampler. There are selfies in virtual worlds. There are group selfies. There are dronies in the middle of nowhere. We have the Ellen group selfie out of Hollywood, which sparked a huge selfie thing and was very, very popular, highly retweeted. We have the first animal selfie ever. And so when you look at social image sets of selfies, what are some things you can do currently? Well, there's bottom-up manual or hand coding of the images for relevance and for information and for data. There are patterns that can be found in the imagery. You can observe the humans, the animals, and other entities in the image. You can study demographic features of imagery. Different people combinations, different depicted relationships, different activities. You can look at time patterns, such as, if the images were taken during the daytime or the nighttime, if it's an exterior image, or if it's knowable from interior imagery. You can look at locations of the selfies. You can look at layout factors such of combined imagery, such as diptychs and triptychs and so on. You can see if the image taking was ad hoc, or if there was a lot of complexity and forethought in the image setup and the quality of post-production. You can look at the technologies employed for the selfie taking. You can look at selfie trends to see what is hot at the moment and what images people are taking. Um, you can look at, as I said, the basic layouts. So a single image, a diptych, a triptych, a quadtych, and so on. Um, and you can see here in the Google image search that you have a range of filters at the top. So you can filter by various themes that were machine extracted, probably based on the folk tagging applied to the images. And of course, there are a lot of ways to use machine vision to understand an image and what is inside an image and what is being conveyed and the sentiment being conveyed. Selfie taking is very much a global phenomenon, and it manifests differently in different geographical locations and among peoples of different cultures. So you can actually look into Google Correlate and look up selfies as a search term in Google search, and to see what correlating search terms are map with the selfies time patterns over extended time from I think 2004 to 2017. So you can see that in the US, when people look for selfies, they also often look for girl selfies. So there's a link, a correlational link of interests in that. You can see that in a line graph, and you can also see this in a scatter plot. We also have, of course, the selfie phenomenon in the virtual world. So, you know, the cyber physical confluence with cyber affecting people in the real world and vice versa. So basically this presentation is to set up what selfies as a mode of social media and workspace research is about. So this is an edited text with multiple works from, with I think 8 different chapters from different authors. And definitely selfies are of interest in terms of a research topic and the askable questions that you can bring to the respective image sets to try to understand humanity better. So thank you for your attention.